Let's have a session on price skimming. So price skimming is when you initially set a very high price and then you gradually lower the price. Now it's very common in tech products. You're thinking smartphone here have famously used price skimming, and then luxury products such as clothes or watches. Now, next thing to think about is why you do it. Well, ideally you're using price skimming to maximize your profits from those early adopters, from those people that initially they first buy the product from you. Now, if you want to relate that to price elasticity of demand, they would be those consumers that have an inelastic price elasticity of demand. And therefore you will start with a high price for them, and then you will gradually lower your price for those more price sensitive customers, those consumers that have an elastic price elasticity of demand. Now you're doing that to capitalize on consumers' willingness to pay, wherever that is on the gradient in terms of your prices. And then you might do that to create a sense of aura around your product as you set that high price at first. Now, how do you implement price skimming to maximize success? Well, you need to do market research, of course, because you'll need to gauge the consumer demand, and also you'll need to gauge what consumers are willing to pay for the product. And you might look to do segmentation here and work out in different income brackets what price that consumers are likely to pay. Now, secondly, you might want to use an integrated marketing mix here and combine your promotion with the pricing strategy that you're using. Maybe you'll want to push exclusivity if you're using price skimming with that high price at first. And of course, you'll want to monitor what your rivals are doing. What are their pricing strategies? Now, limitations to price skimming. Well, the first one is there's that risk of annoying, that risk of losing those customers that are more price conscious, more price sensitive, have an elastic price elasticity of demand. And secondly, there's a risk that your rivals might undercut you, they might set lower prices. However, they cannot do that if they haven't released the product yet. And that's where a first mover advantage is particularly important. So if you are the first business with a product to the market, well, in that time, it might make sense. It will be appropriate to use price skimming, and you will set a high price until rivals catch up and enter the market. And the third and final thing to think about is in that gradually lowering the price phase, well, you might have to do constant monitoring of your rivals to check what they're doing with their pricing strategies. So I hope that helps in price skimming. See you at the next sesh.